Episode 9. Destructoid.
Hi everybody, welcome to Podtoid episode 9 already, and yeah, we're back. So it's me, your host, Robert Suma, got Aaron Lindy, I got Nero, we got Nexi Poo, and we got actually a guy who just recently used to be with Game Life, Geoff Mendocino.
Hey guys!
I pronounced that right?
Yeah, that's right, Geoff Mendocino.
That was piercing.
God, yeah, that was fucking insane.
It's okay, there's dogs out there that heard that, so...
So how was everybody's week? Anybody have anything exciting happen?
My week was good. I spent all week actually trying to, No, I got nothing.
Go on.
I was hoping there was going to be a punchline there. I got nothing. I sat around all week and cried because I didn't have Castlevania in my hands until just today. But now that I have Castlevania in my hands, everything is right and good in the world, and I feel like I'm more of a man now.
Because you have Castlevania?
Yes. Dude, it's got incestual lesbian vampires and Nazis. That's all I've ever asked from anything.
It's the same game you played a fucking 1,000 years from now.
If I could find a girl who combined the traits of lesbians, incest, vampires, and Nazis, I would marry her on the spot.
Hey, Nex, I got a question for you, and this
what's up?
Speaking of vampires, this is a pact that I have with my good college friends, that if one of us ever turns into a vampire, we promise to turn the other person into a vampire.
Yeah, that's fair.
Would you be in with that?
Yeah, totally.
Would you guys be down with that?
Hey, sign me up.
Right? Yeah.
I would love to live forever, and I'm charming and pale already, so it would just kind of be one more step up. So
yeah, that's our secret pact, that if someone ever gets turned into a vampire, they have to come get the other one so they can be vampire also.
That's a good deal.
So,
yeah.
See, kids, that's what you miss out on if you don't go to college. You miss out on bizarre-ass pacts like that. So go to college. Stay in school, kids.
Wait, you didn't go to college?
No, I did, but I dropped out because I'm a jerk-ass. I don't know. I don't have a good reason for why I dropped out.
Stay in
I'm going
school,
back
kids.
eventually.
No, that's bullshit though, Next, because I've been in college for almost 4 years, and the only pact that I've made is not to tell anyone about that awkward masturbation thing we did the other day.
There is that, yeah. There's a lot of that.
By the way, guys, don't tell anyone about that, because I'm not supposed to.
Don't worry, nobody's listening.
No one.
It doesn't even matter. Really.
Jeff's parents are. Jeff's parents might.
That's.
Hey, Mom.
Yeah, send Jeff to college so he can make vampire and circle jerk packs.
That's
so
right.
Jeff, would you like to? Speaking of your parents listening, would you like to explain why your parents are listening and why you're under such close surveillance?
It is a very tough story.
Oh God!
And tears do get brought to my eyes sometimes as the wind howls. But yeah, I'd love to tell you. Okay, well, it all started back when Game Life episode 9 was released.
Tell people what Game Life is really quick, Jeff.
Oh, Game Life is it's a great reviewing show where you review games and judge upon if Mario has flying skills, then he gets a 7 on Super Mario Brothers. It's a really good show, and unfortunately I was forcefully removed from it, which brings tears to my eyes again. But anyways, so what happened was I decided, I haven't been in Game Life episodes 8 or 9, and I decided to make my own Game Life. Unfortunately, I began the show by saying, "Hey, Andrew Rosen Jew," and because Andrew is a Jewish descent man, it was taken out of consideration, and I was labeled as a racist Mel Gibson dick sucker wannabe. All my fame had dropped. Everybody just hated me. I didn't know what to do. So what Melissa did was she got her boyfriend to... Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yes, you're good.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I need to turn off these porn torrents. Okay. Alright, so, what happened was that Melissa got her boyfriend to call my dad, and what happened was that my dad got a cease and desist order for me to remove my own Game Life episode 10 off the internet.
Wait a minute.
Wait, your dad
brought the
I was
law
very
into the
shocked.
mix? Wait, your
Yes.
dad brought a legal order. He couldn't just like say,
Oh
hey,
my
dude,
god.
you're gonna
the
get kicked out of the
internets are
house or
serious business, folks.
Internets
Oh my
are serious
God.
business.
Oh my god.
I don't
can
know. Wait. I don't know what's more ridiculous: the fact that your dad actually went to the court to get you to take it down, or the fact that Melissa had.
No,
a
he
boyfriend
didn't go to
call
court.
your
He did.
dad.
It was just a threat. That was
Okay, that's it. There's a difference between that and a cease and desist order.
Okay.
It was in that direction. I see.
It was in that direction. That's what I meant to say. I'm in shock over this still, so I
Fair
apologize.
And
You were actually served the paperwork. Like they actually sent that to your house?
No. It was.
No. It's just a threat. It's just a threat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
no,
so Melissa's boyfriend is who? First
It's like
of all,
a bad
his
soap
name is
opera.
Jim. He's a very nice guy, by the way.
his name's Jim, like
yeah.
Jim and the Holograms, or Jim like Jim.
J. Yeah, I am.
Okay, well that's upsetting. I was hoping it was like Jim and the Holograms.
He'd be
But-
easier to make fun of that way.
It would be. But so why is he the only one who knows how to use a phone? Why didn't Melissa call?
Because how the fuck would I know? Jesus Christ.
Wait, who's in charge of the site? Why don't they? What was the big deal? Why did your dad have to go call anybody?
Well, he said this was this was an episode you did yourself, right? So this was
Correct.
not on the Game Life website, right?
This
something
was
you
not
did
on the Game
independently.
Life website.
It was
What
just
else?
on YouTube, and you were promoting it through Game Life. Is that what was going on?
No, the thing is, I sent it to a couple friends, and actually, I sent it to Andrew because I thought, calling him
So
a
what
Jew
was the big
funny.
deal then? If you just sent it to a couple friends?
Well, I don't know. It got popular actually. It got like over 3,000 views by
It was like a cult thing.
Nice.
I don't know what happened.
I'm
Okay,
so
wait, but
confused. I'm so fucking confused, guys.
You did say that you sent it to Andrew thinking that he would think that it was funny, but it obviously wasn't taken that way. So you didn't try to like you didn't do it.
He
out
didn't
of
try to
malice.
hide it. Yeah.
It wasn't malicious.
No, I
it
didn't
was
try to
just-
hide it.
Wait,
It was misunderstood.
is this episode
I
still
thought that-
around? Can I view it?
No, it is, but it's only on my hard drive. So, I actually,
Oh, damn it.
I did.
Detroit would be happy to host it. By the way.
We would, because as far as
Yeah.
I can tell, that's not actually against the law. It's just kind of you being a jerk. But
Yeah.
that's cool.
Right,
We're
but-
totally cool with that. We
Well,
support your right to be a jerk.
But the
Okay.
reason you took it down was because of your dad, right? That's why you won't put it
That's-
back on YouTube or what have you.
With that, and I did say the Negro word a couple times, but
Oh,
Ouch.
see, Jeff.
Ouch.
I'm a
do it.
bad
That's
man.
something you got to tell us beforehand.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's cool. It's cool. It's funny. Is Andrew also black?
And as far as I don't
Is he Lenny
know,
Kravitz?
But he's
That's a Game
got
Life
certain. He's got certain qualities to him that makes him Afro-American, I guess.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm not going to
He's
continue
Vanilla
down that
Ice,
road.
is what you're
Yeah,
saying.
let's leave it there.
Let me ask you something else, Jeff.
Sure
So-
thing, man.
Okay, so it's kind of the one thing that I hear from everybody whenever anybody talks about Game Life is that they want to have sex with that girl. What's she like? Tell us about her. You had more contact with her than we have.
Have you ever seen the movie Gone with the Wind?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Well, it completely sucked balls, but that was not Melissa at all. It was just Melissa is so she's so sweet, but like for her enemy, she's like vicious. So she's kind of like Austin Powers.
Got it. Yes, I can see how that would work. That comparison there.
Wow, you answered that question brilliantly.
That was fantastic.
I totally understand now what she's like.
Jeff, I have an important question for you.
Yes, sir.
Now, Next says that the thing he hears the most is about Melissa. What I often hear, the question that I hear come up is, are those Game Life guys borderline retarded, or is it just me? Now, I'm not trying to make fun of you, but like, but I remember hearing something about E3 where when they were on camera at E3, like as soon as the camera stopped rolling, no one could ask them questions, and they were kind of shuffled away. Like one,
And they had
like,
drool
with
bibs.
Andrew,
It
especially,
was.
like, is it like an act? Like, he seems, I don't.
I can
I'm
assure
asking, is
you-
it an act?
They're the Borats of the gaming community.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
can assure, first off, I'd just like to say that, the guys are entirely cool. I just wish I didn't jump
Oh,
on
no,
their bad
I don't
sides,
doubt
but-
that at all.
All right.
I don't doubt that at all.
That's when the cameras turned off. Why they were shuffled away was because it was a protection thing. They were trying to protect. The thing is that Jim and Melissa kind of want to protect them because, like, we read on the internet that if we ever found these fucktards online, then we're gonna gangbang them. And
That's hot. That's
yeah,
really hot.
unfortunately.
Wait,
that
who
kind
said
of,
that? Some guys in prison? What the fuck are you talking about? Why would anybody want to
Dude,
gangbang?
forum people love to gangbang people. Have you not been to our forums?
Nobody
We're
said
all
they
about
wanted to
gangbanging and Podtoid. Yeah.
So yeah, other from anal plugs, that was the other message, precaution that we took. So
Gotcha.
yeah, so that's basically it for.
So it's not an act then.
No, it's not an act.
Right.
Interesting.
And you brought up Jim again. What the hell does Jim have to do with game life?
Jim is Melissa's boyfriend, and he loves her very much, and they're just a great couple.
Is he
So-
the one that produces all
He's
the
like the
graphics?
porn director whose girlfriend does porn and like
There you go.
You could say that,
in
yeah.
charge of the career.
Okay.
Does he
Right.
does he do the graphics for the show? I mean, I see all the produced videos. Is he?
Yeah, like
do
what
any
is
of
his what is his role in producing Game Life exactly?
His role is just to promote it. That's it.
This is like a
Andrew
behind the music of game life. But
It is. Yeah.
Andrew does all the video editing, except for my segments, which I edit myself.
you used to.
Used to. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up.
Way to
again.
remind him soon.
No problem. So what happened? When did you get fired? Today or yesterday?
I got fired a long time ago. It was
Oh.
like months back, so.
Yeah, where have you been?
Boy,
Rob?
I'm keeping up with the news of game life.
They kept it under cover, they didn't really want to tell everyone. I don't know why.
No,
Right.
what I wanted to learn about was what happened to the forums, because the last time I went back, they were gone, and they're just vacant.
Oh. that's a
It's
good
like they've been rebooted. 'Cause there's
another
only a
story
handful
here.
of topics. Yeah.
Well, let's see. The forums were originally hosted on my web space at exehq.com, but they were moved to the Game Life server. Now, what happened was that Ian Surge, who is a friend from the Mega 60 forums,
And it's Ian, not Ian.
yeah, Ian, I
Kind of pretentious. All right.
He's
yeah.
Fair enough.
great man. He found out Dave's password and was able to get into the database and rock things up. In fact, there's two You're the Man Now dogs that has the Game Life forums being deleted. And
Nice.
Punch the.
You know you're going places when people make You're the Man Now dogs out of your stuff.
that's yeah.
We need more. You're the man now, dog.
So yeah, we found out that Dave's password was WWF.
It's good to see you so highbrow.
Yeah, and that was his password for nearly everything. So
For the
he
record,
changed that,
mine
of
is
course.
Oedipus Rex. I'm a bit more highbrow. It's not really Oedipus Rex, I promise. It's kitten rape.
Yeah. Well, yeah, anyways, I was blamed for that, obviously, for hacking into the database, so I went to even deeper depression. Until, I made my own show, and I'm all good now.
Yeah,
your
tell
own
us about your show.
Oh, my show is called The Game Boys, and it's produced by me and the many magical talents of Patrick Smith.
Where
Patrick
can we
Smith.
find Game Boys?
From the
Oh,
camp.
you could find it on YouTube. That's like, or the link on Destructoid. That's like the only place I
Do we have a
remember.
link to you guys?
Yeah, there was.
I'm
we
pretty
had a
sure
piece
you do.
on it. Yeah, we do. It's actually, and I have to say, I don't usually find anything funny because my life is full of darkness and spiders. But
Oh.
I
he
watched
dies,
your
like, every other
video.
week, or
It's
almost
true.
does.
It's true. I'm totally emo. But the video that you guys did, it was really funny. It was like bizarre, like Neo Andy Kaufman, plus video games, plus we're all kind of stoned thing. It was great.
No, I think Nex said that you remind him of your childhood or something like that.
Yeah,
that's
you
nice.
remind me a lot of myself back when I was a kid, except we didn't have the internet back then. It was all wolves and snow. So we
Well,
just
thank
fought
you.
off
I
wolves.
appreciate that. You're a really nice guy.
Hey, no problem.
I
I tried.
after the show.
Are you guys done sucking each other's cocks?
Sue was jealous.
Almost. Well. Anyways, yeah. Patrick Smith directed. If you guys remember the Alex Biddle thing on Game Life on what was it? Phoenix, right?
Yes.
Am I the only person here that's never seen an episode of Game Life?
Yes,
I've
you're
seen, like,
totally
four,
out of the loop here, man.
Okay.
I stopped watching them after 6 or 7. I forgot.
I saw that they look like retards, and I just didn't even bother.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. What's going on?
I like the AC.
Geoff is so fucking stoned. If Jeff's dad is listening, please make sure you raid that kid's like dresser drawer.
No.
Look
No
behind
more.
the socks. Behind the socks.
The AC Slater one was pretty good, I have to say.
Yeah, that was my favorite. That's the only thing I ever watched. That's
Yeah,
just me.
but
All
I
right,
do
are we
remember.
done with Geoff?
I was gonna say I do remember the Phoenix Wright where he was dressed up in the suit and he was arguing with himself.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, he's like Patrick Smith. He's done so many things that I love, like Bite Me, Groove Jackson. These are all really good. Just the videos that he produces. You can see them all on. Do you mind if I plug this in?
No.
Go for
Yeah,
it.
by all means.
All right. FLAGI. Wait, hold on. Let me type this out.
We'll have
first.
the link. We'll have the link when we.
Oh, okay,
post
it's
it.
flargen.exehq.com, and that has a list of all the things that me and him have produced together. So,
You couldn't pick an
Nice.
easier URL for people.
I couldn't afford one. Sorry.
All they had left were the really hard to spell ones.
That's right.
Floridian.
Clownpenis.fart.
Penis dot fart.
Is that taken?
All right, are we done? Can we move along now?
I believe so, yes.
yeah. This is too much Geoff, not enough me.
You're
Well, hey,
hurting
Geoff,
Suma's
thanks,
ego.
thank you for the thank
sorry.
you for the insight into game life. Thank you for your anecdotes.
Quite so.
Yes, and your shitty PS2 mic. Thank you for that as well.
Oh.
All right, so let's move on to the reader questions or requests or whatever. And I'm going to start with the first question because it was so awesome. If Barbie is so popular, how come you have to buy her friends?
You know that's
That's not. You're full of shit.
That's fucking genius right there, man.
you know what?
Oh
That
my
is
god, that is a question.
That is a hard lesson in life that I've learned,
Well, you have to buy friends?
pretty much.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not so much the friends. It's the if you want to be friends with hot girls that you can then parlay into having sex with them. You have to pay them money
In one way or another.
in one way or another. Yeah, whether it's buying them ponies or you
Riding
know,
the pony.
yeah.
Or
Why the fuck are we getting Barbie questions? Fuck it, let's move on.
It was funny. All right, so did
Let's-
everybody here see the Halo ad?
Yes.
That was awesome.
I actually haven't
Right?
seen it yet. Could you go over it? Like what?
Let's see.
Like,
There's
I
two
heard it has
kids.
real-time switching.
There's two
weapons.
kids in a field, and then a bunch of awesomeness happens, and then Halo Chief comes on, and then some more awesomeness happens, and then it pretty much gets awesome, and then it ends with some awesomeness. So
Oh my god.
It's a pre-rendered commercial.
it's all CG, basically.
Yeah, but
I think it's
here's-
promoting
okay.
more Halo franchise than Halo 3, but
Yeah,
it's pretty fucking cool.
I think the most promising about it is that, I mean, at least we can hope for some resolution in the story. But I kind of thought, well, you know, they didn't show any of the gameplay. They didn't, I was kind of like, oh, that sucks. But it's a trailer, so it's more about the cinematic edge.
But we
to
knew
it.
they weren't
And
going to show gameplay.
That's true.
Yeah, I know, and that kind of sucks because I know. Basically, I saw it as a trailer meant to appeal to Halo fans.
But what's gonna attract? But this was shown during Monday Night Football, so what's gonna attract people more? Some slick CG movie or just gameplay of whatever?
They should have just shown breasts. That would have worked better than anything.
If the Xbox 360 is as pretty as everyone says it is, and it is, I'm not disagreeing there. But
yeah,
but if Halo 3 is going to be as pretty as everyone insists that it has to be, why not show the gameplay? Why not show the game in action?
Who said it had to be?
Kids.
Everyone?
They haven't done that in a while.
People on the fucking EB Games reader review, which is the most sick, disgusting place on the.
It really is.
Where they're like Halo 3's already the best game ever. It's going to be the best fucking game ever. I haven't played it and I've only seen 2 screenshots, but my God, that's they're the ones who are saying yes.
It will be the best game ever. What's the problem?
Oh, fucking please, dude. Are you
Suma has a cot in the back of his local electronics boutique, and he goes to and from his job in a short bus while wearing a helmet.
Halo is the
trying
only
not to fall down and drool on himself.
Halo is one of the only
is
games
the
that actually pay my own money for.
I wasn't actually
Halo is a
impressed by that trailer.
substandard first-person shooter.
Oh my God!
I agree.
Get out.
No, I agree.
You're fired, and you're fired.
Dude, I'm sorry, Suma.
You know what?
It's a good game. It's not anything that wasn't done on the PC.
It's something that was done right, and the fucking story is awesome, and everything about it is awesome, and you're just jealous.
Yes, that's
You're right. I am.
I'm jealous.
I've got a lot of rage.
I haven't. That's all right.
And Starship Troopers is the best movie ever.
That's
It
right.
was a cool movie. Don't you remember the shower scene?
The shower scene was good, and it had Doogie
That was
How
pretty
could you
bang
say
up,
that's
yes.
not the best movie?
Nero might be onto something, actually.
Actually, no.
In the part
no,
where
yeah, he's
Lawrence Fishburne gets eaten by the shark, that was the best part. Oh wait,
Yeah, that was Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, that movie
that's
was
not
awful.
that movie.
That movie
But
was
what
so
the fuck?
bad. I remember that. Oh God, what was the name of that movie? That was bad.
Deep Blue Sea.
Oh God.
No, it was a great movie. Samuel L. Jackson was
No, it wasn't.
fantastic.
Oh my God, that was a great movie.
It was.
He had the shark, he was like, come get me, motherfucker, and the shark ate him. It was great.
It did, and you're like, I can't believe that just happened. That's so awesome.
sharks on a plane.
so right. Halo 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
That
my
game
God.
thing we were talking about.
Wait,
Yeah,
guys.
whatever.
Okay.
Overexposed. Move on.
Moving on.
Right.
Halo is the best franchise ever. Okay. Chris
Halo
Tarrant had a
3 is a substandard first-person shooter. Moving on.
Chris Tarrant had a question. He says, "Is this true?" He said, "What do you think of programmers now being required to take drug tests for such substances such as Ritalin and crystal meth?"
Yeah, they do. It's
Do you think this is going too far?
No, I don't. It's
Why do
Ritalin
they
and it's
why
crystal
do-
meth, and it's stuff like Adderall, and it's the same kind of stuff that
But wait,
college
who
students take to
cares?
keep themselves up and
But
elevated.
crystal meth?
Yeah, dude.
I've never
Okay,
taken
I'll just
crystal
put it
meth.
this way. If you take crystal meth, your brain is moving a whole lot faster than somebody else's brain. And your reflexes are all, off the charts up until you crash 30 minutes later and you want to fall over. But, these things are going to give them a competitive edge just like steroids would in, say, football or curling.
So is fatality a juicer?
No. Fatality's
Okay.
kind of fat to be on crystal meth.
He's not fat. What are you talking about?
He's fatter than I
If-
am.
If
Yeah,
pro
but
gamer
he's
circuits
not
are going,
fat.
if pro gamer and pro gaming
Everybody's
circuits are going
fat,
for
yeah.
legitimacy, they have
It's true.
to abide by the same standards that other professional. I hate pro gaming circuits, but anyway, if you want to call it a sport, if it wants to be a sport, it's going to have to, that's just one of the things
Hey,
you're going to
they
have. They're going to
call,
have to live with.
They call poker a sport or whatever.
Yeah,
No
those
one
people
calls
are
poker a sport.
That's on ESPN. I don't know.
Dude, Magic the Gathering was on ESPN.
I'm pulling shit out of my ass. I have no idea.
That's fair. That's fair. No, well, yeah, it's like, dude, does it want to be like the WWF? The WWF doesn't have, or the
WWF is
WWE,
fake.
excuse me.
No, I
Hold on,
refuse to
that's
call
my
it
point.
WWE.
It doesn't have rules about steroids, right? Which is why they're all steroided up. But if it wants to be considered
What?
a real sport
Are you
instead
kidding?
They
Pro
don't have
wrestlers
rules.
Take steroids?
Well, aren't they entirely fake in the
Yes.
first place?
that's
No.
true, yes, it is all fake. But they're all steroided up to
fake?
get that kind of, homoerotic physique thing going on. But, if they want to be considered an actual sport, an actual event, which is what they're going for, they have to have rules against these sorts of things.
Yeah, Chris. You understand that, Chris Taryn? They need
Yeah.
the rules. Or
Put
else.
that in your pipe and smoke it.
Bastard. Alright, next.
Next.
Chris also wants to know when we're going to see Destructor the cartoon.
That's coming.
Tomorrow.
It's going to
Is that
be
gonna
like
fucking happen
Clerks
or
the
what?
cartoon, better than the movie. Except nobody will see it. So, yeah.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Mhm.
Coming to a theater near you. Trust us.
It's going to have titties. Titties!
Pork chip sandwiches.
Oh god,
And
someone asked a Wii question.
pork
I'm
chop
seriously
sandwiches.
tired of talking about the Wii, and
I'm tired of
Okay.
talking about the Wii.
it's over.
Aaron
I
is
haven't
gonna
talked about it. I want to talk about it.
What do you
Jeff
want
wants
to
to
say?
talk about the Wii, so let's talk
Well,
about
Jeff,
the Wii.
Jeff, this guy or girl, I don't know. It says Ann Packrat. Does the Wii have the third-party software support that the GameCube lacked?
Yeah.
Does a unique controller make it easier or harder to develop for the Wii versus the PS3 and 360?
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay,
I'm
and
glad you want
why?
to talk about it.
Would you like to elaborate on that, Jeff?
Wait. Hold on. The
Jeff is
question
smoking a
is,
big fat bowl.
The
Does
question
the
is,
Wii
does
have-
the Wii have the third-party software support that the GameCube didn't have?
Actually, will it have? That's kind of a stupid question to say, does it have right now?
Or-
But-
Yeah,
will
at
it
this,
have?
at this point,
it's pretty stupid to me. I don't think I should answer it.
Well, to answer the
Fair
question seriously, it's not the fact that will it have the third-party support. The question should be, will the third-party support be unique enough to the Wii to make it worthy of you to buy? Is the question.
Yeah, we
Like-
were talking about this on
Yeah,
Ben earlier
yeah.
today, and I think the one conclusion that we came to was that ports are not going to work on the
Obviously.
Wii, and I mean that's obviously, I mean like Splinter Cell is not. I mean we've seen Splinter Cell,
But
on the
even
Wii, it's
Red
not gonna
Steel
fly.
doesn't work. So
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, this is again, these are first gen games. I think that just like the DS right now, we're going through a lot. There's going to be a lot of really gimmicky games that are like, hey, we have the remote, let's do a bunch of dumb crap with it. As more third-party developers get their hands, start working more with the hardware, and as they start, I think there's going to be some better. I hope to God there's going to be some better third-party support. But the ports aren't going to work. What they need to do, if third parties want to make a splash on the Wii, what they're going to have to do is come up with creative, original games that are only going to be on the Wii. They can only work on the Wii. That's the only way third parties can succeed. I mean, Nintendo's guaranteed success on their own system, obviously. But the only way a third party is going to make any waves on the Wii is if they actually do something like Elebits or or something of that nature.
Well,
It takes-
hold on. Oh, sorry. Okay.
No, go ahead.
The thing with the Wii is that you can only do so much with the controller until you just run out of doing the same thing. Moving the controller back and forth, or just aiming
Right.
like a gun. There's
That's true.
only a certain number of things you could do, and that's just my point.
I think the motion sensing should be considered as a complement to a traditional control scheme and not.
But that's
a
not going to
foundation.
work. That's not going to work if it's just a
What do you-
compliment. Because
Yes, it is.
if it's
No,
just a
what I'm saying
compliment,
is like
it has to be
Yes.
the main focus of the game.
not necessarily.
Yes,
Like
necessarily.
no, here's what. No, hold on, let me explain myself.
Otherwise,
okay, you
it's
have
just
a lot
you're
of,
playing a fucking GameCube game that you could play on a regular controller. It has
Yeah, but
the
I mean,
controller.
I don't-
The
but if you
controller
don't-
has
no,
to be
no.
the main
No, wait.
focus.
Twilight Princess sucks.
hold up.
Thanks, Jeff.
Let me just explain myself really quick. What I mean by that is that the Wii controller is equipped in such a way that you can use it as a traditional controller, but you also have the functionality of the motion sensing. What I
If
think
you
that
use the
is-
Wiimote as a traditional controller, then the Wii has failed.
Mm.
No. I'm not saying to use it every time like that. But what I mean is that it's not in response to what Jeff was saying is that you don't have to use just the remote all the time. There are options, and I think that the quickest way for the Wii to fail is to rely on the gimmick of the motion sensing exclusively. It has to be used in some way that still works in these traditional elements of control schemes
Right.
but still takes advantage of what the Wii can do.
Oh, what
But
can the
again,
Wii
that's
do?
Yeah, no,
what-
For the Super. Oh,
yeah, no, I was
Go
just
ahead,
going to
sorry.
say that I think that the control scheme, even in Zelda, just really added to the gameplay and the way that you explore rooms with the Wiimote and stuff like that. I think it's actually more enjoyable.
No, I agree with you on that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But that's a first-party
As-
game. Is a problem.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. I really didn't like it. Playing it on the. Well, I mean, I only played for about a couple hours, but
Well, that's why.
well,
yeah, you gotta give it some more time.
Okay, well, also one thing is that, like, isn't, like, Super Smash the new one that's coming out, isn't
Yeah,
that
I'm
just
not
gonna use the controller?
I'm not
It's
not
gonna-
sure what's going to be so special about that you couldn't do on a GameCube. Like, I don't know.
Well, yeah, no, there's not going to be anything special about it that you can't do on the GameCube, but it's Smash Brothers, so, who gives a shit?
Yeah,
The same
there's
way
nothing that you can do on the Xbox 360 that you couldn't do on the Xbox.
Except it looks better. It's in
Except
HD,
that it looks
it's in
better.
5.1 surround
Yeah,
sound.
And
that's
really,
not
if
what
you
we're
just
talking
want to
about.
say
It's
you're
deeper
looking for something that
gameplay,
looks
the
better, you
AI
may
is
as well get a
smarter.
PC.
No, but the Wii
No,
has
I
that
don't
blue glowing
want to
light.
upgrade my
That
PC
makes
every
all the
6
difference.
months.
That's true.
That's right, it does.
I
That
want
blue
games that
light
are
will
and
get
I
you
want games that
mad
are
pussy.
and next I want games that are optimized for their platform. In a PC, your games are developed for the lowest common denominator. In a
Buy a
console,
Blizzard game. Blizzard's good like that.
no. In a console, your games are optimized for that console. So that's the difference. So let's not bring the failure of PC gaming into it.
PC games are optimized for my balls, alright?
Exactly. That's exactly what they're optimized
Yeah,
for.
I'm not even sure what I meant by that, but it was supposed to prove my point, and I don't think it did. Okay? And I'm kind of upset about that.
I think it did.
Okay,
actually.
hey guys, I think it's time we move on to the more important question in Ann Packrat's question, which is why does her cat snore? I think that's the real issue at this point.
I've
It's got a
never heard
deviated
cat
septum.
snore. Yeah.
No, my
Think-
cat snores too. It's probably because it's got a deviated septum. Your cat
cat's
may have broken
fucked
its
then.
nose at some point. So,
And quit punching your cat in the face. That's what we got to say to you.
yeah, no
Yeah.
cat punching.
All right, moving on. Willie3000 wants to know what's a suitable punishment for roomies who break the Wiimote straps.
Cut their toes
Break
off.
their elbows. Yeah.
Who are these
Yeah.
morons that keep
Just-
breaking their TVs? By the way, what the
They're
fuck is wrong with
it's
these
like I
people?
said last time. They're the fat American kids who were eating
No,
the
the
KFC.
Japanese kids were breaking them too.
Yeah, but okay, so there's fat Japanese kids too, all right? There's fatties all over the world. The problem is the fatties, not Nintendo. It's fatties.
Yeah, and it's like we said last
Max
time.
hates
Well,
fat
actually,
people.
Suma, like you said last time.
I hate
that
fat
the,
people, like fatality. Fat is the first 3 letters in his name.
Go ahead. What were you saying? Aaron? I
Fatality.
think you had a better point to make.
Oh no, Suma, what I was going to say is that what you said on last week's podcast, I think, is true. Especially now, okay. Here's what happened. I was in GameStop today picking up, Portrait Ruin and Metal Gear Solid, and someone had dropped in their credit card, got their remote, and was, given a shot with the demo. And just like you were saying, I think the commercials have a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
Because you see these people on TV totally wigging out with the remotes, and this guy was just losing his shit. And one of the employees had to actually run over to him and say, "Stop that! Put on the strap. Don't swing it so hard. I'm going to stand right next to you and make sure you don't kill yourself or anybody else or our blessed television with your, absolutely retarded flailings." Like,
Well, it's not only
and-
the commercials, but it's like the thought. Like, people just have this preconceived notion that, like, what you do is really going to affect what happens on the screen. It's like,
it's because they don't
and
understand.
Nintendo didn't help
Well,
anything
I
with
mean-
the commercials.
Yeah, no one understands that there is a threshold as to what the Wii remote can detect. At a certain speed, the remote's not going to say, like, well, I'm going 80 miles an hour now, but I'm going 85 miles now. It's not going to do that. Like, you can play, Wii Sports Baseball,
by
and
the
you don't
way.
have to swing it like a maniac. All it takes is a flick of the wrist, and you can knock balls out of the park. No one gets that. No one, everyone's like, I'm just going to fucking swing it as hard as I can. It's ridiculous.
It kind of sucks if it doesn't do that. When you think about it.
I don't know. It still plays fine to me.
All right.
How hard do you have to be swinging it? Because I've had my Wii, and I've been doing some stuff I shouldn't have done with my Wii, and the strap hasn't broken at all yet. In fact,
You've
it
been
looks
doing some stuff you shouldn't have done with your Wii. That's golden.
What's that?
These
Sorry,
jokes
sorry.
never get old.
No, they don't. I'm sorry, Jeff, I'm sorry to interrupt. What were you saying?
Oh, hey. Yeah, but the thing is that, that my strap doesn't look like it's gonna break anytime soon. And
Yeah, these
oh,
people
shit.
who are
Okay,
breaking
no,
their
never mind.
straps.
I just broke my strap. Never mind.
Nice. Nice shit.
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, I see.
Just sue
Never mind.
Nintendo like everybody else. You'll be fine.
Alright.
Yeah, it's to them.
Moving right along, there's a question from this guy down at the bottom. I'm not even going to pronounce it because he wants me to say Tehuberon, but I'm not going to say it the proper way because the internet language is stupid. The question is, what is Detoid's favorite energy drink for late night gaming? And I don't drink energy drinks. I drink water. 'Cause
Yeah, energy
I-
drinks are disgusting, actually.
They
Yeah,
kind of dehydrate you, And yeah, I drink either water or like rum and Coke.
You know what's scary? When I was filming a video with the Destructoid helmet on, I actually tried to drink full throttle with the helmet on, and what happened was it peeled the spray paint off of the helmet, which is very, very scary.
That's great.
That was the last time I drank it.
Nice. That's for the
So,
best.
I just think that crap tastes bad.
I think
It does.
Oh, I
It-
think
It's
it
got
tastes
awful
horrible.
aftertaste.
no.
Huh.
Yeah, no, they I used to work in a bar, and I don't know. For a lot of people who are listening, they aren't of age yet to go into a bar. But when you go into a bar, they don't have bottles of everything. They have a gun, right? That sprays out like water or like tonic or Coke or whatever
Do
you're
they
gonna
have a
mix with the
Red Bull
drinks.
gun?
They don't, because
Oh.
Red Bull and all these energy drinks melt through the tubes that connect it to the gun,
Oh, that's
so
not a
they
good
can't
sign.
put them in there. Yeah,
Oh God. I don't know.
which is
if
why you'll
your
always see Red
priorities-
Bull in cans.
Yeah, if your
Looks like-
priority is to stay up all night, drink coffee like the rest of us. Quit being,
Just
you know,
do
like,
a line, dude.
yeah, seriously. Like,
Be
I
a
don't
man
That's
about
much
it.
healthier for you.
Yeah. You'll bleed a little, but you'll be fine. It's fucking kids. God,
Yeah.
those pansies.
never survive in Guatemala.
So the Uber one also had another question. Did you guys see the SXX Blur thing commercial?
Yes. I thought it looked exactly like every other SSX game I've ever seen.
Yeah. Like I saw one comment before about it. It's basically Tony Hawk with Snow. It's basically
Just like
that
all of
Tony
the
Hawk
other
game.
SSXs.
Basically
Yeah.
that Tony Hawk game with Snow, which is awful by the way. That Tony Hawk game.
I honestly don't care about it until I can get my hands on it. Like, that's almost like my standard with most Wii preview videos is that if I can't play it, I don't know if I'm going to enjoy it. Like, it comes down to the control, just like any other Wii game.
Yeah, I want columns with rumble. That's what I want.
That's right.
Columns of Rumble. Did you
That's-
download that?
No, I haven't renewed my Wii points. I wasted them all on Bonk and Zelda. What else did I?
Straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was reading this thing today, and it turns out that the TurboGrafx games are actually more downloaded than any of the other games on the Virtual Console.
Dude, I play
Which-
Bomberman
I
all the
got
time.
Bomberman. Bomberman.
I play
was,
Bomberman all the time.
You know why?
Yeah.
It's because everyone just ignored that system because it was too expensive at the time, and now we're like,
Yeah.
oh well, I never owned it, so I'll get it for a couple
Totally.
points. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, no, it's beating out, like, between Bomberman and Bonk. Bomberman and Bonk are selling more than everything else combined.
I would think
So-
Bomberman would sell out more than anything else just because it's a great multiplayer game.
It is.
So,
Yep.
Well, the
I mean, that's what I-
player was
I
like
play
a lot
all
of
the time.
fun, Just
The 5-player was great. It's true.
and because the 360 one is completely fucked.
It is. They're like, oh, let's add a new metal soundtrack and let's, like,
Make the
add
camera
a
impossible.
skateboard and then if he gets sad, he'll, I don't know, kick a puppy or something. And you're like, no, I
Let's
just want
not add
cartoons.
multiplayer play offline. Let's do that because that's
Yeah.
why people play Bomberman.
Totally, these stupid assholes. You know, you don't have to make everything like Neo Hot Topic. You know, you can leave things the way they used to be, and people will buy them.
All right,
Crap
the Uber
bastards.
one has too many questions, so we're moving on from the questions.
It's true. He needs attention. He wasn't
Yeah, he
hugged enough
does.
as a child.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the
That's not
badge
good.
picture? Do you think that was Photoshop?
Whose veg picture? Which one? I've
The
seen
Dead
a
or
lot of them.
Alive?
You mean the one that came out on G4 TV?
Yes.
Oh, that was subtle.
No, I don't think that was photoshopped. I actually looked at the original photo where everybody got the photo from, and zoomed in and everything with my own copy of Photoshop, and it's there. It's in the game. So unless they're releasing photos specifically with vaginas in them, which is possible.
If you guys don't mind, I have to break early so I can go buy Dead or Alive Extreme Volleyball Team. Like right now.
Get that
Shit, Best
badge.
Buy's closed. I'll go to Walmart and buy it. Walmart's
That's
open
right.
24 hours.
Walmart has no problem with showing off vaginas. Or something.
All right, moving along. So Nero had a story tonight that Australia legalized mod chips.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Which is surprising as hell.
Yeah, so piracy is officially, or unofficially, I guess, illegal or not legal. I mean, it's kind of like a technicality, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
mean,
a law. Technically it's wrong, but they don't really enforce it.
Right. So, The quote from Gama Sutra was, hold on, let me go ahead and pull that up here. It says that in Australia, a federal court has confirmed that game consoles and DVD players which restrict the use of copyright material and geographical blah 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 blah. Yeah, basically you're fucked is what they're saying. And,
You're fucked what?
That you can modify a console because you can't have anti-piracy software in there just to have it in there.
No, and I think the big shocking thing about this, at least to me, is I was reading something else on, I believe it was Boing Boing. And I love Boing Boing because I'm a huge nerd. But Australia has also recently decided to follow our DMCA laws. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the DMCA, but basically it says that you can't ever distribute any intellectual property, whether it be games or music or, I don't know, porno, ever. If the person dies, doesn't want to keep putting it out anymore, it's lost forever. And it's a huge failure in America, and Australia wants to adopt it. So Australia seems kind of confused about what the hell they're doing, because they're like, we'll take the DMCA thing, but let's legalize piracy. I think eventually they're either going to get rid of the DMCA or make piracy illegal again, because they're fucking nuts.
Well, yeah,
Ass
and
Australians.
obviously it has to be one or the other. I mean, you can't say, hey guys, go ahead and mod all your hardware, and at the same time say, hey, but don't pirate anything. I mean, of course, that's why 90% of people who do hardware mods, so they can, get shit for cheap and for free.
That's exactly my point. Like, what do they think is going to happen when they legalize this? What, people are not going to pirate games? I mean, give me a break.
Yeah, it's like legalizing pot, You legalize pot, people are going to start shooting heroin.
Yep.
All right.
So
now moving along.
I no longer have to move to China. I can move to Australia. And get all my
They
shit
have
for it
beautiful
all.
women in Australia, I know a couple of ladies. I actually got an email from one of our readers who is from Australia. She's a very pretty girl, I have to say.
She sent you a picture?
Oh yeah, next I've been
she sent me a
cybering
picture.
with her.
Like, hi, Next, how's it going?
No.
Oh,
I'm not getting into who I've been cybering with, pal.
No, I know who
And we
is.
call it sexting, by the way.
It was me.
Is that what the kids call it nowadays?
That's what the kids call it as of like 2 days ago.
It was Foolies,
Christ.
wasn't it? Yeah.
No. Foolies is from. She's a girl I used to talk to. She's
Ooh,
fantastic.
Nero's
Don't
really
get me wrong.
blowing up your spot here.
Well, Nero watches me masturbate in front of my computer, but no, Foolish, she's a great girl. She has a boyfriend though, so.
So?
Okay.
So I am not a terrible enough person to try to take somebody from their boyfriend. That's just me.
Next has an Excel spreadsheet of all the girls that are signed on and Destructoid.
That's true. I do.
He's got them itemized.
And there's little like hearts and pictures of kittens next to him, and it's like, send this one a pony, and I'm like, fuck, where am I gonna get money for a pony? Let's move along.
Yes, we don't care about Next and his life, honestly.
Except your baby. You want to talk about your baby?
Yeah, can I talk about that? That's a big thing in my life.
Your alien baby?
No, my real baby, my wife's baby. Can
Did
I
you guys
get
know
into
they
that?
found water on Mars today?
I did, yes. That has nothing to do with my baby. Let me talk about my baby, damn it. So, I've been married for 3 years now, since I was 20. And, recently, as of like, I guess it was about a week ago now, my wife and I went into her OBGYN to, get her checkup and everything. And it turns out that she's pregnant. She's about 3 months along, and we're gonna have a kid. And I'm totally full of shit, and this is all a lie, and I can't believe any of you ever believed it.
I didn't. Nero did.
So many people from the site did, though. It made me so happy. I thank you all.
Because you kept dropping the
I
white
did.
bomb.
I know. I made all the editors so confused. I got so many emails. They're like, "Dude, you're married? Oh my god!" Or, "Dude, you've been flirting with me. You're married? You have a kid? What the fuck?"
Very
Alright,
confused.
the record's been set. Okay, moving on. So, did you guys see the thing I posted today about Time Warner CEO Richard Parsons says that packing a Blu-ray player and a PlayStation 3 won't help the format's chances?
Yes.
Do I think the game, he said
Yeah.
he said in reference to it,
So you're asking,
he said in reference to it, do I think that the game console platform is really going to drive the conversion? I don't think so. People get those things to play games, not watch movies.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Never mind the surge of HD TV purchases.
But how many people got? I pointed this out. It's not like exactly the same, but how many people got PS2s just to watch DVDs?
Yep.
I agree.
Yep.
Also, I think it's interesting because it's even the people who didn't get a PS3 so they could watch Blu-ray, that's an instant installed user base. I mean, like they have a ton of people who have Blu-ray players in their homes. In fact,
Well, they don't have a ton.
And
They have a
honestly,
few.
like
Yeah,
one
they
of
don't
the
have a ton.
handful.
one of the big reasons I actually do want a PS3 is because it does have Blu-ray.
Yep.
Like that's actually one of the reasons why I really want it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you really can't say that for HD DVD. I mean, there's what's driving that?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Hold on.
I just think it's silly. Mario.
Oh, I'm
you
sorry.
like us to play?
I'm on the cell. Oh, I put that up. Okay.
Oh my god!
Let me.
Lord, Jeff.
You're the host.
Jeff.
I'm sorry. It was my mom. She wanted to see how I was doing.
That's okay. That's sweet of her.
She's a very sweet woman.
1 a.m. What the fuck?
I have a question though.
Yeah, dude.
Jeff.
Okay, this 3, they sold only 400,000 units, right?
4,400,000.
They sold out. Yes, they sold out.
Why?
Yes,
Why did they not sell as much as the Wii?
because they didn't make
Because
as
there
many
weren't that many-
consoles as
yeah.
the Wii.
They simply didn't have as many.
They didn't
Yeah.
just have it. Next question.
Okay.
The demand
Is
was
that
high
your only
enough.
question? Believe me, if they had 2 million, they would have sold 2 million. If they had
would
3
not have
million,
sold 2 million.
who said that?
Next did.
Next said that.
Are you kidding me?
There's not that many people who have $600 to spend on a system.
Oh, you are fucking out of your mind.
There aren't.
No.
Yes, no, there are next.
People were pulling out of like their life savings to
Are you kidding?
speculate and resell it because
Dude, they could have sold 5 million at launch.
Oh
World-
no, that's
Worldwide.
No,
I'm not talking about US. I'm not talking about just US. I'm talking about
Oh, boy.
Japan. I mean, even Japan and US, they could have sold 5 million at launch.
At-
And don't say no.
Dude,
Wait. How many Well, actually, no. Xbox 360 is a bad comparison. Okay, fine.
It
I will accept.
And Xbox
the-
360 sold out at launch.
Well, yeah,
But it was
I know, but they didn't
$200
sell-
cheaper.
Yeah, and they didn't sell.
But it's
5
not
million
as
at
but it's
launch.
not as popular brand as PlayStation.
People were shelling out $600 without any idea of what the games were like at all. They were
That's
just
true.
buying it on just the promise that the PS3 was going to rock their world. And there's videos of these people.
You guys got
Well,
to
maybe
understand how
PS2,
strong the
you could
PlayStation brand
understand
is.
that.
Yeah.
No, what I found was most people were buying it on the promise that they could resell it for $2,000. I mean,
Yeah,
That's
most-
true.
That's
Most
all.
all
Yeah.
of the stories I've heard is about people wanting to resell it.
Yeah, but there's people out there willing to buy it for $2,000. That's the point.
Which
that
is
there
fucking
are enough
ridiculous.
people out
Oh
there.
my god.
That there
You
are
know,
enough people
I
out there
think-
that they would have sold out at launch if they had enough.
I think the reality is that Jermaine O'Neal and Rasheed Wallace are just sitting in their huge mansions buying up these systems for $2,000 so that they can roll blunts with them.
That's what I do.
All right, thanks. That was some.
That was deep.
Yeah.
That was bizarre. Don't even humor me. That was just fucking weird.
Hey
Yeah.
guys, if you don't mind, there is a question on the request page that I actually would like to hear some answers on. It's
Go for it.
Chrono Trigger. Yeah, Chrono Trigger 913 asks if we think Apple should get into gaming in a hardcore fashion, whether or not we think it would be successful if they did.
I don't know.
Ooh, isn't this what I said like a few months ago?
I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't work
All I
for the
hear
story
is
for a few months.
Nintendo's going to burn.
I
think-
said a few months ago that Nintendo should partner up with Apple, basically, if they wanted to be in the same area if they wanted to compete with Sony and Microsoft.
I don't think they
And-
want to compete with Sony and Microsoft, though. I thought that was the whole
Yeah,
point.
they're going in a whole different direction.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm just saying if they want to.
Well,
that they
okay. How
should.
about this? Going away from the Wii for a second, what do you guys think? Let's say
That's stupid. It's stupid.
No,
What's
Uh,
stupid?
If Apple got into the gaming business, they wouldn't succeed.
No, I think
Well,
they
it's-
could. If they
I don't
design
think they
something
could.
like an iPod, if they design something like an iPod that has that
Girls
that
buy
sexiness-
iPods. Girls
yeah,
buy iPods.
girls
don't buy video
and
game
the
systems.
other 40 million people who own iPods.
Girls and adults. Those are two totally different markets.
And adults don't buy gaming systems?
Yeah,
No.
the adult gamers buy gaming systems.
Every teen,
Yeah?
every
Yeah.
teen like in the world has an iPod. I don't know what you're talking about.
That's
That was,
right.
like the it
Yeah.
thing like 2 years
Don't
ago.
you have an iPod, Suma? I have one.
No,
I have
because
two.
they're shit. No,
They're fantastic. They have
They
that
break.
cachet. They have the sexiness appeal.
every
and if they
iPod
break,
I've owned has broke.
Apple sends
So
you
you
a
have
box so
owned
you can
iPods.
send it to them.
Yeah, I've owned it and it broke.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mine
breaking
broke
your
too
stuff.
as well, so I don't have one. So
what was that? There was I can't refer to it because I don't have it handy, but there was an article in which one of the higher-ups from Apple was like, well, hey, we could do gaming because, we're putting games on the iPod right now. And I wanted to punch myself in the face when I read that because they have like...
That's the same thing.
Yeah, it's the most ridiculous... That's the most ridiculous shit I've ever heard. Like, having a game where, like Solitaire on an iPod is not... That's not your signal to go and just hurl yourself into the gaming market.
Let me just say this, exactly. Like, they can't expect to just, all of a sudden, like right now, let's just get into gaming. 2 years from now, we'll release a game console. No. Like, in order to compete, they'd have to, like research and develop it for at least 5 years and, really take it seriously.
Well, yeah, like what Microsoft did to Sega before, taking Sega over.
No, but let me give you some. Let me give. Let me give you some random. If there's been rumors that the next iPod is going to be touch sensitive, so if Apple can make a touch sensitive screen and can make DS
for a handheld.
Or handheld, or does some little funky thing with with the input port where you have a joystick to it. If they do games that are casual. Similar to the DS games, I think they can do something.
But why would Apple take the chance?
Because
why not?
You know
There's
what?
money there.
Yeah, and they've been doing
so
well with the iPod that
Growing market, isn't it? It's a growing market.
They have investors. They need to show new things. They need to keep the investors happy. They have to try it.
Yeah. But the thing is, I don't think even if Apple did create like a portable gaming console. They would never move beyond the casual
portable.
games.
I think portable is more of a route they could go. I just think that over 3 major console makers is a bit too crowded, and I'm not sure that Microsoft, Sony, and Nintendo would necessarily allow that to happen.
I mean, look what happened to the N-Gage for Christ's sake. I mean, that's what happened.
Well, the N-Gage was also a shitty console.
I could definitely see Apple being successful in a handheld sort of space.
That's exactly.
They could definitely beat out the PSP.
Yep.
I own it, and I think it's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
No, they could, alright? I bought it, and seriously, the only reason to own it is Tekken. And you have to be a hell of a Tekken fan to want to buy it.
Grand Theft Auto?
Luminini.
No, I bought the Mega Man games.
The new Metal Gear? The new Metal Gear?
The new Metal Gear, possibly, I'll give you that.
The Bomberman on it is pretty fucking good, too. I played that for a long time.
We were talking about this early on Vent, and I brought up the fact that I've owned my PSP since launch, and I've bought a total of, I think, 7 games, and I haven't played it until today when I picked up Metal Gear. I haven't played it in 5 months. The last game that I played on it was Valkyrie Profile, which is a game that I own on the fucking PlayStation anyway. Seriously. I got it on the PSP so I could play it portably, and the only other use that I've gotten out of it was the homebrew, and that actually got old kind of quick.
Yep.
You guys got to remember the PSP is also Sony's first venture into the handheld realm, so it's like
I thought it was really good. I mean,
as a first attempt, it's good. I mean, you can't.
I think that the perception is that the device can do a lot because it's such a slick design, but it's kind of bulky, and the games are not. I mean, they're desktop games.
I think they're second. I think if they do a PSP 2, I think it'll be a lot.
Yeah,
definitely
that's what
a lot better. So
that's what
I think
said. Yeah.
My biggest problem with the PSP is in the games because all the games that
I
are on the PSP.
don't think it's the games though. It's not the games. It's the way it's laid. This is my problem. It's not necessarily the games. It's just the forced control scheme that you have to use.
It's true.
The nub hurts it. Their control pad sucks.
Let's take the Katamari game. For instance.
Oh God.
Katamari, easy to make a good game.
Well, that is an awful.
But on the PSP,
impossible on PSP.
They totally blew up the controls. They
did, yeah.
It's a very simple game, but they totally fucked
nubs.
it up just because the controls are set up so shittily.
Yeah, and Suma, I'm really glad you told me that you get used to the control of Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops because in the hour that I've played it so far, I can't fucking stand it. I cannot tolerate it. Well, so far I can feel myself kind of getting attuned to it, but I've played so much. Metal Gear Solid 2, Substance, and Snake Eater and Subsistence, that I am so locked into having 4 shoulder buttons that it's a transition that I am almost unable to make. And I look at these games that I have on the PSP and I think, man, these would be great on the PS2. Like if I could just play this on a fucking home console with a controller with more buttons, I would be so into these games. And it's unfortunate that they just don't feel like portable games, and I can't really play them on the road the way I could play a DS.
Well, I think Sony, with the first attempt, I think Sony was just kind of like shooting for the moon, kind of, so to speak. Like they just tried to pack everything in without really concentrating on one particular area, and that was kind of its fault. And I think they'll learn from it, and definitely in PSP 2 will be a lot better.
Going back to the Katamari thing,
Yes.
I actually thought the controls were a little bit easier than the PS2 version.
No way.
Geoff, do you only have one hand?
No way were they easier.
Jeff
I
has
don't
one
know.
hand and a hook and a werewolf growing out of his back.
On my anus, right?
I don't know what the fuck that meant. Sorry.
It's I just thought it was a lot easier because like I don't know. It just
Jeff's so
I guess-
articulate. He has these points, but like absolutely nothing to back it up with.
I know I have something to back it up. I'll tell you when the show's ending though.
The hamster wheel is running.
Do you have small hands? Maybe that.
Yeah, I do have small hands.
Oh,
Very
maybe
No,
that's
but wait,
why.
that has nothing
I'm
to do with
Asian.
it.
I'm Asian.
No. The problem with it is the fact that
You're not Asian,
I'm Asian.
are you?
Yeah, I'm half Italian, a fourth Japanese, and a fourth Filipino.
You're not. Okay, fine, whatever.
You're so full of shit, Jeff.
All right,
Shit, dude.
moving on. Aaron, what are you
And-
gonna say?
I was just gonna say, the problem isn't
I
how
have
big
a
your hands
stick,
are. The problem is the problem is only having one analog controller. I mean, you
Yeah.
can't play Katamari with.
But it's not even
one
an
analog stick.
analog. Is the problem? It's a friggin' nub.
Yeah,
It's
you
a-
can't
yeah.
make the triangle and circle and square buttons into
Yeah.
functionally another
Directional
directional
buttons.
pad.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. It
It
didn't
just
work on
doesn't.
the DS with Metroid Prime, and it doesn't work on the PSP.
Yeah.
If you glue a quarter to it, it kind of works. Yeah, I'm serious.
Dude,
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to glue
Yeah,
a
let's
fucking
glue
quarter
a
to my
quarter to the
system to enjoy a
PSP.
game. Yeah.
And if I
For
slam
one
my
game.
dick in the door, it will probably bleed. Doesn't mean I'm gonna do it.
All right, let's move on.
I might.
So
I'm lying.
we got any site updates, Nero, that you
Mm.
want to talk about?
Well, we added this nifty little top 20 buzz monitor thing here on the
Yeah,
right.
there were actually a lot of changes between now and last we met.
Yep.
If you want to like talk about some of the little things maybe people missed.
Yep. What's happening on the site is we post a shitload of stuff that just flies off the homepage, and I constantly get emails asking me where we put these things, and just trying to make the site a little bit easier to use. So we've added 2 new sidebars. There's a popular topics thing on the left, serial columns on the right, or also on the left somewhere. And then the most popular stories of the week are on the top 20 buzz monitor. Which is actually kind of interesting because ZDZ's Nerdcore article just shot to the top, even though it's
Oh,
been
what a shock that some boobies and nudity are like the most popular.
5 months later, it's still number 1. It's pretty scary.
It's both sad and amazing.
Yeah,
At the same
but
time.
it's actually insightful though because you get to see what people really care about, and even the old stuff still pops up. What's funny is that our girls of gaming category make up like 50% of the sidebar. It's like everything that has anything to do with like boobs or porn or
Sad. Very
Well, we're
sad.
the only people
You guys
representing
are
that
pathetic.
feminist angle, you know?
Yeah.
Everybody else ignores naked women in gaming. We embrace them wholeheartedly with our penises.
That's true.
That's what
At
we
least
do.
my motivate. At least we have some that aren't to do with chicks up there. Thank God.
That's true. And
Yeah, so.
and we're respectful to them. I don't try to sleep with them
Or catalog them.
or
No,
catalog
no,
them in
yeah.
an Excel spreadsheet. We also got a new writer. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah. Her personal blog is blowinthegamespot. What is it? blowinthegameslot.blogspot.com. Her name is Colette Bennett. She was a freelance writer for Kotaku, and
We done stole her.
we done stole her away. She has a very hectic schedule. She likes that she can blog whenever the hell she wants, and so you can read her stuff. She blogs as Nagiko, and she is on our editor's blogs on the right-hand side.
Wow, good job with the pronunciation of that.
Yeah. Do you like it?
I would have never been able to do that.
And she's
Nagiko.
she's a smart writer too.
Yeah, she's very cool. Very, very great sense of humor.
Yeah,
So,
and she's another woman. Faith was really happy about that.
Yeah.
And I have a question. I have a question. I've been on, I've been a writer for you guys for a month. When I signed on, was there any shout out to me on the podcast?
No.
Yeah, you were on
You
the
don't have a
podcast.
vagina.
No, you
What's that?
jackass. We pulled you onto the podcast.
Yeah, way to
But
be
I never
ungrateful,
got-
you little bitch.
I never got to say like, hey guys, I'm a new writer and I'm awesome,
Yes,
so.
you did. Yes, you did. That was last week. Where the hell were you?
No, someone said like we got the new guy, and that was it.
Wait, Nero, can you call the ambulance? Cause, you got a whiny little bitch
I'm not
in here.
appreciating. No, my point is that if I came with tits that weren't like man tits, you guys probably dig on me a lot more.
That's true.
But it's-
Yeah, that kind of
yeah,
goes without saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I'll agree with that. But no, I wanted to say though that the new writer, I don't like anything that anybody writes except myself, but she's actually really clever, I have to say.
Yeah.
Well,
she's-
she wouldn't be writing for us. No,
That's right.
If she wasn't.
Yeah.
And we are happy to have her on board.
And that makes us the. Well, let's see. Elisa writes for Game Life, and I think that's it. So I think we have the most female writers in a, widely read collective blog.
We're gonna have to install a tampon machine in the robot headquarters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Because I'm looking at the joystick here, and it's a sausage party.
No more streaking. No more streaking during the breaks and stuff.
God damn it!
So, and I've actually, as a matter of fact, I invited a third female writer today, but I have not heard back from her. So we
Excuse
might.
Do we get to find out who this is before
Uh,
next week, or are we just gonna kind of wait and see?
Yeah, it's kind of wait and see. She's kind of high profile, so we'll see.
Is it me?
Well, if her,
It's not me.
if her
Is it
first,
Eliza?
if the first part doesn't start with L or end with za, then I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
No, I wish. Eliza, if you're listening to this, girl, anytime. Yeah, just
That sounded so sexual.
Oh, yeah,
it sounded
leave
like R.
wires.
Kelly. That was
yeah,
great.
we'll turn this shit into a Elizatoid.
I'll be in your closet, baby.
Bring it on down. Yeah.
It'll
We
be a
won't-
12-song epic.
We won't make fun of the way you look. Promise.
I'll pee on your young cousins.
What is she? Suma, have you
will.
seen her? Have you seen her?
Oh, I'm not allowed to say. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
really? Okay.
What? Can I say?
I've
The
heard
court-
things. I've
Yeah,
heard
the-
things.
The court order restricts Suma from saying anything more.
Let's just say I've heard things.
What have you heard?
Oh,
I've-
something
I've-
something
He's
interesting.
heard things, Nero. Things.
Actually, Ron was talking about sort of things in Ventrilo earlier tonight, about certain trends. That's all I can. I've already said too much.
The last conversation that I had with Ron was about Melissa from Game Life and about how perky her breasts were. That had nothing to do with anything that we were talking about, but I wanted to throw that in because Ron knows perky breasts, and I salute him for that.
Yep.
All right, moving on.
I'm glad
So,
we
is there
have
anything else? Is there anything else about the site or things coming up that, or do you want to say anything about the contest or anything?
No, I'm just really happy to have Perky Breast editors on the team, and we're giving away a PS3.
Yeah, we're still doing that. When does that end, by the way?
It ends on the 25th of December. So,
Oh, on Christmas.
yeah. So
Oh.
on Christmas, I have to
Well,
fucking
that
work.
worked out.
I have to work.
Dude,
on
I have
Christmas.
to work on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
I think I do too. At my
Yeah.
real job and at this fake job.
Fake
Thanks
job.
a lot, fake job.
Fake job. What the fuck are you talking
Thank
about?
God my parents
start
are
paying
right.
me and then you'll
could
become a
fake
real
fire
job.
you. How about that?
You could fake fire
I
me.
pay
it's
you
true.
in respect.
You vaguely pay me in
Pay us in
respect.
respect. Suma, if that's the case, you got a couple back paychecks coming, dude.
Yeah. You
I got
pay
some
me
IOUs.
E-kicks
I got
to
some
the
bounce
crotch.
checks.
Totally.
To wrap up site updates, I wanted to say that we're approaching close to 20,000 registered users on Destructoid, which is pretty crazy.
For
Nice.
RSS feeds
Big.
or for the forum?
No, just like users in the database.
Oh.
We have 20,000 registered people.
Yeah, we're blowing up.
Wait,
Blown up.
what do you mean registered in the database?
Yeah.
The fuck does that mean?
You know, like people that have user accounts. Like
Oh, I gotcha.
some
That aren't guests or anything.
Yeah, exactly. That
Gotcha,
just
gotcha.
create an account and they can have their little icon or whatever.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. So and we're gonna do a lot of new things for the people that have profiles, and we're gonna have some rewards for longtime people. So
Hey,
But not the assholes. Can I actually be a part of choosing who gets rewards? Some of
hey,
those assholes don't deserve anything.
hey, Nero?
Yeah.
Nero and, well, really everyone. I just wanted to bring this up. I'm just kind of refreshing the, hey guys, we're doing a Podtoid, let us know what you want to talk about. And, Dexter345 wanted to know if we have any plans to make a Destructicon. Although that totally sounds like a transformer, and we need a transformer.
Wait.
He means like a new PAX kind of thing.
Wait a minute. You know what? Just by virtue of the fact that we can make something
is that
called
what he meant?
Yeah,
I thought
just
he
by-
meant like make a transformer that takes over the world.
That's,
I know.
That's a
I
registered,
want a transformer.
There is a Destructicon. That's the what do you call it?
It is. Damn it! It's the one that it's one of the construction vehicles.
Well, couldn't we just say Destructoid Con or something?
We can do
No,
that.
we'd
too
have.
lame.
It'd be so cool if we could call it Destructicon, though.
Yeah,
my
it would.
god, I would personally sell my kidneys and fund a convention just so we could call it Destructicon. That'd be so badass.
I don't think
So-
we're ready for
so-
a convention though.
so-
quite yet.
Is that something we would consider in
We
the
could have
future,
a
though?
mini Destructicon during CES if people want to trek out to Vegas, or if we have readers in Vegas. And if-
What do
You guys should come to Tallahassee. We have a con, and we could rename it, whatever con you guys want to name it. It's called Pre-Con right now, but we need a better name for it.
in Tallahassee,
Call
Florida.
it Destructicon. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not setting
Sure,
foot
why
in
not?
Florida.
Oh,
Florida's
you know
fun.
what?
Florida's a
This-
great place.
This is a good time to bring up that Destructoid readers should make a point to until we make a con, and then you come to that con. But for the upcoming PAX, next
In August.
and in August, next and New Girl, what's her username again? I forget.
Nagiko.
Nagiko and I are going to be living it up at PAX, and if
Oh,
you guys
I will
wanna-
be there.
Yeah, and
What's that?
apparently Suma.
I will be
So
there.
and Suma-
I'm
and
gonna be
Suma's
at
if
everything.
you guys want to
That's
come
right.
and say hi, and we're gonna be fucking trashed, honestly.
That's what we're gonna do.
If you
Wait,
want
when
to
is
say hi,
PAX?
and
That's
hang-
not till
it's-
next summer,
It's in
right?
August. It's in
Yeah.
August. But if you guys want to say hi and hang
They're
out,
not going to remember this.
that's rad. We'll keep reminding them. God damn it.
By
right.
that,
Well,
by
the
that
big thing coming up is CES.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that by that time we'll probably have a booth at PAX. To be honest with you, so
Yeah.
We should have a booth. Can I be
Mm-hmm.
trashed at the booth?
Ooh, we should have
can I
like
just
a
have-
Dunk Necks booth, like where people throw like a beanbag or something, and they dunk Necks on a tank
Punch
and
next
ruin
in
his
the
hair.
balls booth.
Like it'll be called Ruin
No.
Nex's hair.
Dude, my hair is. I told you guys, I cut it all off.
Well, it'll be growing back by August.
grow it back.
Maybe if I
Yeah.
grow it back.
It'll
You
be
can
long and silky by then.
You can sell
I'm
little,
silky.
you can sell little locks like with a little bow.
I could. Yeah, we're gonna individually number them and give you certificates of authenticity. But no, so yeah, next PAX, there's gonna be a lot of us there.
But I
You
would be
guys should
willing to
hang out.
bet at every big thing, like definitely the Game Pro convention or whatever they fucking call
I
Yeah,
it.
the
fucking hope
stupid
they
ass
change the
convention.
name.
So we'll be there. We'll be at everything. Trust us.
Yeah.
I mean,
And right, but the point is, I might not be, and people want to
oh,
see me.
the point is, next we'll be at PAX
That's
in
right.
August. So yeah, put that on
That's
your
right.
calendar. Count
Exactly.
the days down. Freeze yourself in a mountain.
on a
Freeze yourself on a mountain. What?
Oh,
carbon.
that went right over Nexus'
right,
head.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't
Yeah.
watch TV, guys. I read Chaucer and Kierkegaard.
He's too intellectual for us.
Yeah, I do. That's not a
Television?
joke.
What's
I,
that?
I spend time reading philosophy books and not playing video games because I want to have a future. You fucks.
Do you also spend time sitting around at coffee shops showing women your poetry and
I
taking off your
do.
glasses in
I
dramatic
do.
ways?
And I'm
such?
like, I'm in a band, and then I go and sit on a corner and I do heroin with the ghost of Kurt Cobain.
there you go.
Two things. I just wanted to say that Destructoid will be at CES in Vegas, January 8th through the 11th.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be running around. You can find us at Caesars at the. I think we have like the penthouse or something. Come drink our shit and
Drink
Just
our
follow
shit.
the scent of hookers, and
Yes.
then
Yeah.
follow that scent,
Follow the scent of hookers and Diddy. You will
Yeah.
know the smell of Diddy.
the scent and ass crack, and then you will find us.
yeah. And when we're also going to be launching our new tech site, nextless.com.
Oh yeah, really? Because every Podtoid we say, oh yeah, we're gonna launch this.
Yeah. But okay. And then the second thing I wanted to say was that you have to
By the time CS is in January, hopefully.
Yeah, well, I have it done, but it sucks. It's the honest thing.
Okay.
So I need to fix
All right.
it.
It's in the alpha stages. Pre-alpha.
much. Yeah, it's pre-alpha right now. It's
Okay.
it's not as good as Weblogs think. And
We're not ready to
release
beta
it.
test.
Yeah. Second thing is that you have to Google Destructicon on YouTube because it's seriously a bunch of punks with baseball bats and flamethrowers and belly dancers destroying things in their yard. It's the fucking greatest thing I've ever seen.
Is that what you were doing while we were trying to record a Podtoid tonight?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, that's great. All right, Aaron, you had something you actually wanted to bring up about.
Yeah. I am currently constructing an article called it's tentatively titled "Bargain Bin Laden," which is my search for the best bargain bin deals and so on and so forth. And basically, what I've been doing is I hit up GameStop the other night, bought as many ridiculous-looking games as I could that were under like $8, and I want to do write-ups on them and do some pseudo reviews and take some screenshots and video and that kind of thing. So what I want to ask our readers is if you guys happen to see any cool-looking or just absolutely bizarre games that I can pick up, used, new, whatever, at a GameStop, or if you just want to clue me into a title that you know is dirt cheap, but
Dude, hit
just
up
interesting
eBay.
as hell. Yeah, or eBay, but toss me some titles. Let me know what you guys think. On the docket right now is Seek and Destroy.
What systems, though, Aaron?
I will take. I'll do anything down to first gen. Like I got PS2, Xbox, GameCube. Hell, I'll even do 360. But I don't think there's really anything there yet.
But we're not talking Dreamcast, PS1 bargain.
Oh no, I'll do Dreamcast, PS1. I actually have all of my systems here with me in Bellingham, so I will do Dreamcast. I will do PS1. I will do NES. I will do SNES. But primarily what I'm looking for is games of the last gen. What I'm really interested in is the PS2 and Xbox stuff because that's the stuff that's getting really cheap right now. And now that we're all being kind of just like beaten to death with next gen. A lot of these games are dropping down to the sub $10
Dude, I got
level.
some good games that will probably be. I got a good game right here, right now. It's probably. Go on.
Well, you should send it my way. And but yeah. So again, Podtoid readers, if you have any ideas or if you've seen a game for like under $10 that you think is funny as hell or awesome or good or what have
Raise
you.
as Hell is one for the Xbox.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yeah, that's a
Raise
good.
as Hell?
That was an underrated Xbox game. Like that got severely overlooked.
Apparently,
Like,
I've
big
never
time.
even heard of it.
It's actually very cool. You're like this evil creature, and you have to destroy these cute and cuddly little creatures. Like they look like little like stuffed animals and things like out of a kids show. They're called the Coolettes, and you gotta you basically gotta destroy them.
Yeah.
And you're like the evil people. And
So it's
you're
a
basically
role
destroying-
reversal. Yeah.
But the little cutesy guys are actually really mean. So it's kind of like a. But anyway, that was a cool
Yeah.
game.
Well,
Like
just
that,
to give you
very
guys
little.
a preview, and I talked to some of the editors about this, but just to let you guys know, I don't know if the what in good God's name is that? I don't know if the Podtoid is going to be up before my article is, but just in case it is, Seek and Destroy. Just to
Well,
give
it's
you
gonna be
guys
a
a little
weekly
heads up,
thing.
you guys need to go buy this game. It's $3.99 at GameStop, and it's the funniest shit you'll ever play in your life. It's
what?
it's what's that?
For what system?
Oh, it's for the PS2. Seek and Destroy for the PS2. It's a localization of a Japanese game called Shin Combat Korokyu. Korokyu is a series of car-based like racing games by Takara. That's like they're racing games with RPG elements. And this particular one is based around tanks, and it's like a tank RPG, and it's got like N64 grade graphics. It's the ugliest PS2 game I've ever seen, and it's also the most hilarious thing I've ever played because there's a world map, for Christ's sake, a world map in which you drive your tank around. You can shoot stuff. There's nothing to shoot on the world map, but you can shoot for no particular reason whatsoever.
awesome.
It's awesome. And then you go into a town, you can go to a garage and like beef up your tank. To talk to people, and by people I mean other tanks, you drive your tank up against the other tank and you hit X just like any other RPG. And it's fantastic. And you can do tank customization. You can actually equip your tank with jets and a fucking chainsaw. So, in broad terms, by the end of the game, you can have a flying hover tank with a chainsaw attached to the end, which is, as I'm sure you guys can guess, the coolest thing ever made by man ever. So that's going to be the first write-up for Bargain Bin Laden, and there's going to be some other stuff coming soon. I got a whole big docket of games, but if you guys have any other suggestions, readers everywhere, feel free to let me know. Give us a holler, and clue me into some of the better and lesser-known games that are currently cheap as hell.
All right, cool.
Rock and roll.
Thank you. Yeah, it's actually a great idea. I'm actually really looking forward to seeing it. And yeah, you're right. It probably will be up by the time this thing gets out. So
I'm shooting for Saturday, so that it
All
should
right.
be
Well,
up. Probably.
we'll see how long it takes for the powers that be to get this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Dale North, which will be joining us in a future podcast. He's the behind-the-scenes engineer that does not get any love. So
He's a good guy. He does
Yeah.
good work.
yes,
All
he's-
right.
This shit sounds terrible before he does stuff to it, trust me.
Especially Nex.
I sound like a goddamn woman on crack.
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
Alright.
that wasn't funny, sorry. Move along.
Let's wrap this up. And anyway, yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. And I guess we'll catch you next time. So say bye, everybody.
See you guys
Bye.
later. Thank
Bye.
you.
Yeah.
Bye. Oh wait, let's just thank Geoff real quick for
Thank you, Jeff.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sitting in the background now.
Jeff, it
Forgot
has
about
been
that.
an enlightening and rewarding experience to have you on.
I honestly could say the same. I have never heard so much about video games all in one block. So thank you so much.
That's what we do.
Thank you for being a part of it.
All right, I love you guys. Just keep it up. I'm going to be visiting you guys a lot more often. So much love.
Tell your friends.
Much love.
Tell your friends, dude.
I'll
your
tell
friends.
3 of my friends. Thank you.
babies, all the babies.
Tell your mom and dad I said hi.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
All right, bye guys.
Much
Later.
love. Bye.